Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Superman. And hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is Perry. I'm going to be drawing Superman. Okay? And I know I did Superman's head not too long ago. And this time I'm going to be drawing his body. So let's go ahead and get started. As you can see here, I'm lightly using my mechanical pencil here. I want his head to be slightly leaning forward. As you see here, I have a line that's coming this way. And again, this is to distinguish this drawing. It is an advanced drawing. So for those of you who are just starting out, you could definitely, you're welcome as well. You can go over this as many times as it takes and review it as many times as you need to. For those of you who are advanced and have been doing this for a while, and you know, kind of getting there, you can follow along as well and just kind of see what I'm doing here in terms of getting certain angles right when it comes to Superman. And I'll try and move as quickly as I can because these figure drawings are a bit more involved. So let's go ahead and have some fun. So at this point, what I'm going to do is, Superman's actually taking off, and it's going to be more of his, I should say, his calmer poses. I don't want him to be as if he's fighting Dark Side or anybody like that. No, he's just flying. And he's one of our more benevolent, or I should say loving and nice characters. He's not a menace in any way, so we want to sometimes capture Superman in his heroic fashion. That's kind of how I visualize him. And again, in the comic section, please feel free to stop, and say, hey, listen, I'd like to see Superman this way or that way as well. You definitely have the option to let me know how you want to see him drawn or what pose you want to see him in. And again, as you see, I'm putting his leg in. And when you're putting that right leg coming forward, that's his lead leg, it's going to look like it's going back into space because of the foreshortening. So I'm putting things in place that makes it looks like it's going back into space and giving the perception that one part of his body is going back and the other part is coming forward. Okay? And those of you who have been coming and thanks for coming back, definitely tell a friend. Let them know about what's happening here on this channel, and feel free to join in and draw along with me anytime. Alright, and right now I'm concentrating on the structure of getting it down and move as quick as possible. So at this point, let me go ahead and get some of his features in, because I do want y'all to know and recognize who I'm drawing. I don't want to spend too much time on the structure and then you have to guess, who is he drawing, who's flying, So I'm going to go ahead and help you guys out a little bit by putting his features in. So that way you know exactly who I'm drawing. As you see what I did with his eyes, he's squinting. Honestly, you'll find yourself doing that a lot when it comes to certain poses and drawings and that you do with certain characters. You want to get the point across. So because he's a certain distance away, as you can see, you're not going to really be able to see his retina and all the details in his eyes and all, because it's kind of like a medium shot. And usually in a medium shot, you're not going to get all that detail. Okay, that's a little tip from me. No one told me this, but I used to draw characters this size and try and concentrate on every individual tooth. And that's laughable. Why? Because when at a certain distance, you cannot see, individual teeth. They all kind of turn into one form. And so that's why I'm saving y'all some trouble. For those of you that didn't catch on to that, like I didn't catch on to it, took me a while to realize, hey, I don't have to try and draw every individual tooth. I look back now and laugh at that. So I'm going to just put a couple lines indicating his cape. We'll go ahead and get that iconic symbol of hope on his chest. And we'll come back to all that later. And let you know, this video may run a little longer. I usually let that be known, especially if it's an advanced drawing. because with the advanced drawings it requires a little bit more. It's not you know, just features on a face or something like that. So I'm just spending a little bit more time learning these characters and their poses, you know, so that way you can get it down the right way, excuse me. So this is more like his up and away pose. Alright, just about getting there, guys. Just about there. You know, his thumb, put that in there. It's very simple shape. I'm going to back up so you can see that. And then if you need to pause this video, again, I encourage you to take your time as an artist and learn. Just absorb what I do, you know, and other artists as well, whoever it is that you would follow as well. Not a problem at all. But you get better by taking your time and just seeing what's done. That's how I learned and I got better over time. Hand done, okay? Now, mind you, I might cross this between, you know, him just gloriously flying through the air, and then at the same time, I just might have him confidently have his other fist balled up, and maybe he's already have his fist ready to fire. You know, I kind of like that too, where he's confident, and what's happening is he's ready to throw that shot, that punch, that one punch that's going to, you know, take care of the villain. Alright, let me go ahead and put the cape in. When you do the cape is very abstract, so I'm going to show you really quick how I would handle this. It's kind of like W's or S shapes. And bunch it up like this. Underneath his, oh, let's see here. I'm going to speed this up. I actually didn't put his other arm in. Forgive me. And if you're listening and looking at this, just say, you know, Perry, get it together. Come on. How did you forget his other arm? Really? You get it halfway through the drawing and realize that you didn't put the arm in? That's okay, guys. I'm hard on myself. And as you develop as artists, you'll learn to be hard on yourself as well, because after a while what happens is your expectations will get there. After a while you'll start to say, look, I should have known better. And I'm going to go ahead and put a fist in. Put his thumb in there. Maybe you notice when I do the fist, it really doesn't take long. You'll learn that as you're developing that style too, where you kind of put an indicator hand and then the index finger kind of pops up like that. Alright, looks like he's ready to throw that punch. And how are y'all so far? Are you with me? Are you enjoying this? You know, definitely want to keep your attention going and whatnot, and keep you coming back, because this right here is an iconic character. I love this guy, just being honest with you. I grew up just in awe of flying, period. He's, to me, the first character to really put it on the map. Not saying other characters didn't fly back in their day, but Superman made it look the best. If you agree with me, leave that in the comments as well. Who makes flying look the best? I like stuff like that. And turn it into like a little conversation. Alright, I'm getting there. I'm getting very close, guys. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for hanging in there. Hopefully, I got y'all to the point where y'all like, you know what, I'm going to hang in there with Perry. I'm not going to, you know, click off, or I'm not going to, you know, just say, hey, you know, I'll do something else. You know, you'll get something out of it. I'm going to shade his hair in for you. Little minor details here. And I'm going to put the emblem on his chest. If y'all give me just a few more seconds or so, maybe a minute, and I'm going to put this in so that you recognize the S, this symbol of hope on his chest. And I've got enough practice on this too, guys, so if you need to stop the video at any point to slow down, or because this is real time, I don't do the speed up piece. I don't do that at all. I take my time and just, you know, draw and get it together. So this should make out that S symbol, or a sign, or icon, or whatever it is that you want to call it. Well, I'm not going to say whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it a symbol. so there it is. I have the S on the chest, okay? I have the structure down, and I'm gonna move this in so we can get a real good look at it. And it's the Superman in his up, and away pose. And as I often say, for those of you that are drawing, until next time, keep drawing. Thanks for stopping by. Take care.